Hey guys, and welcome back to the newest episode of Lost Gaming. Alright, so last time we made it to Netslum, had some conversations with Helba and Tartarga, Balmung, and then finally Leos, and then we had a fight with a new phase. We had to defeat Magus the Propagation, and after that was done, we gated back to the root town. We saw that the root town had become infected, and that was the end of the volume. So for this episode and the next one, where we are going to try to wrap everything up, just got a few things to take care of. So let's take a look at the news here first, see what we've got new here. So this is just a little thing about introducing a different type of coin that is supposed to be impossible to duplicate, but seems that it's unlikely to because electronic money. So this is just saying that paper currency has kind of been eliminated and they've moved to digital currency. So now this is one just talking about there's a potential of finding Bigfoot. And this is one that's kinda Monsanto-ish, talking about a completely artificial apple. It's estimated that each apple will cost thousands of dollars. So, I mean, just a couple of things. Again, we're kind of seeing some of these things in the real world. Alright, so now we've got our clear data information. This is just telling us that we can continue to level up and save our data flag, and that we can move it all to the next volume. And now we've got the keywords for the big post-game dungeon. However, we've got a couple other things that we're going to focus on first this time. Alright, so we've got Let's Play Tag up. Technically we actually saw this already, but now they finally triggered the flag in the code so that we can go take him on. It doesn't look like there's anything else in here, so that was it. So that'll actually be the first thing we'll do. We'll go ahead and finish up Goblin Tag. And then once we get back to town, I'll talk about what our next plan is. However, first thing that we have got to do is, I think it's up here. I know for a fact that this one has magic tolerance, so no magic spells can hit. However, I guess I did go to the wrong one. Guess it's in the. However, just like the blood items that we can get, there are also Bane items. Guess they're just not on this server. Anyway, what they do is they will allow you to remove, or basically it's like casting deck spells. However, if your enemy has excuse me, if your enemy has things like physical tolerance or magic tolerance, you can use the Bane spells to get rid of those tolerances. I think they're in here. Yes, there we go. So what we can do is we can come to this, which would normally just temporarily reduce magic defense by just a few of them. Because what they really do is they get rid of the magic tolerance. so they can be hit with spells. You really want this, so we don't want to go there just yet. So let's go back here. And I think we've got enough skills and enough items that we can change up our equipment. Let's see here. I'll actually put that on because that increases my magic attacks. Let's see. Well, we'll figure. Well, I guess what I can do is I can run up here. Because generally what I feel like you really want for things like this are ones that are more of the tornado based, not converge. I'm trying to remember which one he is, or which, but I'm just going to go with fire. I'll get as soon as I sell something, I'll go get a bunch of those. Since I've only got one of those, might as well do that. That ought to, honestly, that ought to really take care of anything that I need. While I'm at it, before we go in, let's take a quick look through our review book, see what else I need to finish up. So, Review Book 1 has had its full limit reached, so don't have to worry about anything else in there. Got to open a few more field portals and a few more dungeon portals and finish that up. Yeah, that one kinda hit its limit really before we even started. Got to find some more monsters. Let's see here. Can't really do anything else here. We've got this one. So we got to open a couple more GOT statues. Got to find Grandpa and Manchur some more. And so overall, we don't really have a whole lot left to do to finish up the review books. Alright, so let's go for our 10th round of Goblin Tag.
This is how it...
So, one of the first things that you want to do, since you've got your Beast Bane, you see the magic tolerance? No more magic tolerance. Gone. And you see, this is really just cutting through a whole lot faster than trying to do anything else. It's just, this is just dramatically easier than trying to do it any other way. So you probably, if you wanted to try to do it without cheesing it, you can. You just do it like any of the other ones and use physical attacks.
I ask again, how about becoming a goblins are nice. Gob! I see you're not interested. How unfortunate, Gob. You have so much potential. Equip all Gob R-Series items. Something good will happen. I think, Gob. Okay.
Okay, so I'm sure that you remember from the last time that when you equipped all of the goblin equipment, praises you in very sloppy handwriting. You could use a special summon ability. That is still the case. That going through gets you a new ability. I want to go deposit a couple of things in here just because I want to free up a little space. I think I can be okay without those. Looks like I've probably hit the... Yeah, I can't actually store anything else. What I can do is I can just pull some of these out that I don't need to really keep in here. Just to clear out a little bit more room for things that I actually do want to store. And I'm going to go and sell some stuff. And then we are going to head into a different special dungeon. So let's clean up some of this. Get rid of those. Get rid of you. Let's see, I'll get rid of a couple of these to get a good bit of money. Don't want to get rid of all of them because I want to be prepared to do trading in the next volume. So I want to have a couple of pieces of equipment where I've got a lot of. See, that one's a 42, that one's a 41. But I do want to, just wanted to build my gold back up a little bit. Now I can buy some more of these. And build this back up a little bit because I'm definitely going to need more of that coming up soon. Okay, so as you remember in the last game, there are some special keywords that you can only find in the .hack Liminality disc. They flash up on the screen briefly, and only by watching them and watching for them can you learn the keywords. There are a couple of things like this, and there's one in Liminality. There is one on the back of a .hack signed DVD set. And then there is a third one that is from a Japanese manga that supposedly was never translated into English officially. I don't know if that's still the case, but at the time this was released it was. And even though you couldn't translate it, or there wasn't a translation of it, the keywords still work. Okay, so I'm just going to, I'm only going to do one of these three rather than all of them. But if you were to go to Lightless, Sacred Remains, this is a level 47 field, you can find the rare headgear equipment, the vent glasses. I will be doing this one off camera and taking care of that on my own, just because I want to show them off in the finale. The one that is on the back of the Dot Hack Sign DVD is Bottomless Soul. There it is. Kaleidoscope. Yeah, so this one is a level 43 fire field. It contains a stat increase book. If the information that I'm looking at is correct, it is supposed to be an increase to your water stat plus 4. Alright, and the last one, and the one that we're actually going to do, this one is the one that is from Liminality. It is Capricious Unending Corridor. It is a level 38 field, so that's the one we will be going to. First we got to get a party together. I'm not going to take Mistral because she's going to be extremely important in one coming up. I will take Gardenia because I hadn't used her in quite some time, and because of how low level it is, I'm going to take... You know what? We haven't actually had a chance to take Wise Man anywhere.
Why, hello there.
So let's take him.
Now then.
Give him some gifts, cause I don't think he's gotten anything. Give him that.
This is... Now then.
Let's see, we will give him... Don't have any armor to give him, that's not good, but oh well. Give him a protect ring.
Now then.
And he can have that.
Not a bad.
And that's not bad. And okay, so we will then just got to put these keywords back in. Capricious. And I must have missed it. There it is. Capricious. Unending Corridor. Level 38 water field. I need to give Gardenia some upgraded equipment too. Alright, so before we...
What?
I'll give her for one of those because I don't know how. I don't remember the last time I helped her with equipment.
Pretty. What?
Alright, so there we've got that. Let's go ahead. While I'm going through all this, tell everybody strength and just see what they've got. So it looks like only Wise Man's got anything. We'll take a look here. Okay, well, that's good enough. So we will do our usual. We'll open up a couple of monster porters, see what we've got through here. Headless King. I don't think we're going to really run into anything very new. But oh, first aid. That should take care of her and keep her from killing us. And actually, what I might just go ahead and do instead is fight enough out here to get my infection level back down to 0. Because none of these things are really too dangerous anymore. And since the RNG kind of benefits me right here, I can actually get my infection level down pretty easily and back to 0 without having to put in much effort. And this is probably going to do, yeah, that pretty much just devastated the two of them. So first aid. So there we go. And that probably got us not quite back to, but very close. First aid. Then I'm going to run in and murder you with a skill. Actually, before it dies, I'm going to use a summon. Just because I wanted to show it.
Now then.
Alright, so now we have got our virus level back to nothing. Let's head on in and let's get through this dungeon and get our special rewards. I didn't mention what they were like I did the other one since we're doing this one, and it shouldn't take us too long considering how low level this field is compared to where we are now. I mean, and when I got the entire team actually working on taking them out, yes, I might data drain just because I don't think I've really had the chance to in the past. I've gotten that before, so I probably have, but ordinarily, if you're trying to do a 100% run like I'm doing, you probably want to have a listing of the different things that you can data drain and what you can get from them, what you've already got, so you don't forget. I'm not really going to bother with that until we get to quarantine, and even then I'm not going to really use it much on camera because, I mean, that's just not how I like to play. It's when you're trying to finish up things at the end of the game and you kind of have access to everything, that's one thing, it's easy enough to do. You don't really miss out on anything. There's nothing that I can think of that is permanently missable. The only thing I can possibly think of might be some trade items, but even that I feel like isn't completely accurate. I mean, I just don't think that there's... I mean, it's definitely nice to try to find a list once we get into infection and it's something that we're actually going to be taking care of. I got a pulled list from the user Hashard over on the .hack Discord. He gave me a list of all the items, and it's just been pulled straight from quarantine itself. So the only thing that you would need to do is go in and get rid of the rare items and the items that don't count towards. And actually, I had been planning on getting rid of those myself at some point, just hadn't had the time to do so. If I get around to doing that before we get to that point in quarantine, I will try to post it up somewhere so that there is an actual complete list of the items that you need to complete the item quest, because I don't believe that there is an actual list that is complete anywhere. From what I remember, the only official list that exists is not complete. That the strategy guide does not have all of the items in it. It's a very strange situation, but it's just one of those things where it's not complete, and I don't think there are any full lists on the internet anywhere. That it's just a thing that was never completely put together. I will try to remedy that so that there is a list somewhere if anybody actually wants to use it. Whoops. I think something must be wrong with my video settings sometimes, because that really didn't look like a trap chest to me until I had exploded it. Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter. It's not like we're in any danger in this dungeon. I probably could have gone on without even using it or healing up, and probably would have been fine. Hey, this just isn't one of those dungeons. Okay, so let's see. Mostly what I'm doing through here is just trying to, when I can remember to open treasure chests, to pick up equipment. Things that I will be using, honestly, more for trades than anything else. But it doesn't really matter, because here we are at the end of aggravating killer boxes. You know what? I am data draining you just because I can. I cannot stand was weird. Well, don't really need. The only thing I'm going to do is put it back on this because too slow. Just too slow without it. Alright, so we've got a god statue. Got Chinese food. We definitely want to keep this. The rest I don't particularly care about. Okay, so you remember in the last volume we got an item called the ice bar. Chinese food is almost identical to it in what you get. You have to use it to trade. There's no other use for it in the game. And I don't think it's one that you have to have for item completion. It is just one that you want to have. I'm going to get rid of that killer box quickly before it got on my nerves too much. Oh, there's 2 of them. Great. First aid. No. Give up speed charms for that. I said the first aid. There we go. He's at least no longer poisoned. Come on, you can do stuff. Yeah. And she actually managed to take care of that completely by herself. Good job, Gardenia. You did good. Alright, let's put speed charm back on. So now we don't have anything else to fight in here. However, before I leave, there is one more thing that you want to get in here. This is another situation of when I was growing up, I completely missed out on this because I never really bothered to check anything once I had cleared the dungeon and got the God statue. In one of these rooms, when you open one of these treasure chests, Gemini Soul. That is a rare twin blade weapon. Let's see, what can I get rid of? You are kind of useless, so Gemini Soul drops our attack to 7. Attack and magic are negative. You got Saber Dance and Abdu on it. This is just like the Rusty Nails. It is meant to give you another item or another piece of equipment so that if you need to fight lower leveled enemies that you need to get data drain equipment from, or to data drain enemies from virus cores, you can actually fight them without killing them. It's a pretty good little thing to have. Alright, so let's have everybody use Sprite Ocarina to get us out of here. And with that, I think we will be calling this an episode. Alright, and so before our next episode, I'm going to do a little off-camera grinding, try to finish out the Ryu books. I'm going to go to those last 2 secret areas, and then we will be taking on the Reverse City. Alright, and so with that, I will see you guys next time. See you then.